Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are picking up exactly where we left off at the conclusion of last week with Bob here in the Duna 1, well, orbiting Duna with the plan to get him down to the surface, but actually a little bit more than just simply getting him down to the surface. We need to land at the Duna Monument, which is this little waypoint right here that we see in yellow. And well, yeah, just as sort of a beginning of all of this, I'll first off say, yeah, mistakes were made last week. Some of them due to my own impatience, but some of them due to things that were coming up in the game, and I think it unlikely that Bob has the fuel to get himself back to Kerbal. Now, I do have the fuel to get him down to the surface, and we'll be doing that right off the bat here, but, well, yeah, one of the things, I'm going to say, yes, the game's a little buggy, and some of those buggies were beginning to rear their ugly head last week, and help to precipitate, in combination with my own impatience, the situation we are now in. Now, some of this was bad planning in my part. I mean, looking at this vessel now, I'm like, oh my god, like, what was I thinking about with the rover? I think the rover's a good idea, because you do have to get yourself very close to that monument, but why'd I put the Mark 1 capsule on top like this? This is a goofy rover. Why didn't I use the inline cockpit? That would have made a lot more sense. I would have built a rover that's lower to the ground, more streamlined, probably would have been able to sit it on its end and get a fairing around it, which would have made the ascent a lot more clean and a lot more efficient, probably giving me more fuel here than I have right now. But I didn't do that, so I'm gonna just live with it. But also, I worry that the more involved these missions get, the more buggier this game is going to get, and I don't want to do a live stream where the bugs really start getting... The occasional thing happening now and again, I kind of have to live with. I know this is an early access game, but if I'm doing especially something like having to do a hard restart of the game, that ain't fun for anybody to have to watch that during a live stream. So, what I'm saying is, at this point, we'll have to see how things go. I'm gonna let this series end itself, I guess is what I am going to say. And this also got precipitated because I was playing KSP2 a bit over the weekend. Some of it to get the thumbnail that you saw on this stream right here, getting this thing down to the surface and producing that thumbnail. That produced some bugs that were really kind of getting on my nerves. I'll talk about those in a little bit. But also I was playing privately and running into some really kind of career-ending bugs once I was trying to do anything more complex. And I'll talk about those as the series as this video kind of progresses along, as the stream kind of progresses along. Before I get into any of that kind of stuff, though, I do want to welcome aboard my most recent Patreon patrons and YouTube members, Frank Burrows and Jared Yu. Welcome aboard, gentlemen. I'm very glad to have you aboard, and of course, if you would like to support the channel directly, like Frank and Jared did there, then, all the links are down there in the doober-doob down below. But I think what might best be served is getting this thing down to the surface. What I think... because getting this down to the surface actually did precipitate some bugs. So my plan here is to time warp until the Duna Monument is right below our orbit here, and then I'm going to, what I usually would do is a very, very shallow descent. And I was practicing kind of where to start that descent and how high to make my periapsis so I would land pretty close to this waypoint. And for the most part, it was going pretty good. I was dialing it in. There was ascent. I was getting down to the surface without a problem. I was just trying to figure out how to get as close as I can to this waypoint. And all of a sudden, the game decided, I'm going to go thermal on you. This was while I was practicing to make that thumbnail. And as soon as I entered into the upper atmosphere, things started overheating and exploding. That's despite the fact that my orbital velocity right now is only 894 meters per second. I mean, that's just simply not that fast. It shouldn't be exploding, let alone exploding when it gets right into the upper atmosphere. And once that started happening, there was no stopping it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by trying to descend along those same lines. But if that starts turning into too much of a frustration, the alternative is actually, shortly before you get to this waypoint, to burn like hell. So you're not coming in shallow, you're actually dropping in very steeply, and that actually reduces all those thermal issues that honestly shouldn't be there in the first place, but you know, one thing at a time. But also it does make it much, much easier to get very close to the waypoint if you just kind of drop right down. Unfortunately, if I do that, I'm going to end up using all of the fuel that's left in here and a lot of the fuel that's in this lander, and Bob will not even be able to get off the surface, let alone get himself back home. So that's a sacrifice I guess we'll just might have to make if it ends up calling for it. But thinking about it, actually, that's another thing that's a bad design on this. If you were doing this mission for yourself, or if I were to do this mission again, what I would do is build a stage in here with a lot more delta V than what I have here, or a much bigger lander, so that I can do the very steep drop. I can afford that extra fuel to do a very steep drop to get very close to this. But anyway, why don't we get going? So the first step in all this is actually just do a quick save. Second step in all this is to actually do some time warping. Now, you may notice here I got a lot of time warp buttons, and that's because in the interim between last week and this week, I did install a few mods. These are mods that just kind of make me hopefully not go crazy. And one of those mods is what is the one? No, it's Even Better Time Warp. That's the one I installed, or I actually installed 3 of them. One of them is Even Better Time Warp. Even Better Time Warp removes those ridiculous throttle limiters or time warp limiters that you get, so you can time warp at much, much higher speeds. It also, if I open up this fella, it gives me some more things here. Which one am I looking at? Even Better Time Warp. Oh, yes, it's right here. You get options to customize stuff. You can do physics warps at high speeds and all that kind of stuff. Probably won't get into that. I just wanted to get rid of those time warp limits. So that was Even Better Time Warp. Another one that's installed, I'm pushing the wrong button, is Maneuver Node Continued right here. I don't have a maneuver node active, but if I bake a maneuver node, maybe that's the first step in all this, and then open up Maneuver Node Continued, you get the ability to really fine tweak that node, including the ability to pop ahead orbits, which honestly, that would have been a lifesaver last week, or would have saved me a lot of fuel last week, but I didn't have that. I did find that if I got in here and tried to edit these steps, the game would soft lock on me. So I'm a little bit gun shy of that one. We'll try and see, might not use it. I don't know. That's another one. And the other one I installed is Alarm Clock, which hopefully will help us find some interplanetary transfers. That's the main thing I'm thinking of a little bit more easily, but if it ends up not working, then I do have my protractor still handy. I can use that. But the first thing is, again, time warping, focus my view onto Duna, and we're going to do some time warping to get that waypoint right underneath there. And it's so nice to be able to time warp quickly without going back to the tracking station. Okay, I gotta slow down here and start thinking. I'm thinking we're coming pretty close. Do I need to go around one more time? No, I think this one's gonna be the one. I think so. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for it on this one. So what I found worked while I was trying to make the thumbnail, until the thermals started getting on me, is I started my burn exactly 180 degrees from the waypoint. So I'm going to start my burn around here, and I'm going to lower my periapsis to 20 kilometers, and hopefully that will work. And if it doesn't, I'm going to give myself permission to try a couple of times, because it's very hard to dial in. And if that ends up turning out to be all way too frustrating, I'm just going to kind of burn most of my fuel and drop straight down. But of course, that's going to doom Bob to the surface of Duna. Alright, so we're going to go here. I'm going to do a quick save. I'm Gonna lock this onto the retrograde vector. And I'm just gonna burn. And what I'm really keeping track of is my periapsis. I'm gonna go for 20 kilometers. There we go, 19.9 something kilometers. And I think that should do it. So then let's time warp a bit and sort of see what, if I have to need to do a normal correction at all. I do think I do need to pull it a little bit more to the west, I suppose that is. So I find the best time to do that is to put yourself about a quarter orbit ahead of where you plan to be. Come on, there we go. West is a normal. Is normal on here. You can look up the right-hand rule, by the way, if you ever want to know how I can do that really quickly. And I think, well, I don't know now. Yeah, I think I need to pull it just a little bit westward. Just a little. Maybe about there. We'll see how that goes. We do have the ability to drive, so don't forget. So now I'm going to lock it onto the retrograde vector. Oh my goodly golly! Okay, it's a good thing I quick saved. I forgot I have this whole stage still on here. Okay, quick save back. Already using the quick save. Oh my gosh, what a dope. I don't want all this. This is our ride home. I just want the lander. Boom. There we go. Onto the lander. Put that on the retrograde vector. You're going to give you a little nudge. That's fine. I think we are still about 180. Where's our waypoint? Oh, it's over there. Yes, that's right. And we're going to again burn retrograde till about 20. Oh my gosh. See, we're already off to a great start. And I hope really nobody's watching this stream with the idea of Mike's going to show me everything exactly how to do it. I'm very good on live streams of showing you how not to do things. Mostly because I tend to be in too much of a hurry. So again, we're going to go to about a quarter of an orbit ahead. Burn in a normal direction. Yeah, some sort of protractor mod's a simple thing. I just hope they put in some sort of interplanetary helper in some ways. KSB-1 has something. I don't know if I want something just like that. I mean, there is going to be interplanetary travel. I don't know how they expect that to all work. Anyway, back to the spot we were. Gonna roll this. Keep it locked onto... I like to just turn so the blue is up. That helps me keep my orientation. Put that on ground. Put that on surface. And again, my speed here with the surface is only 868 meters per second. That shouldn't generate a whole ton of heat, of thermal issues. Let's stage our parachutes. So the parachutes now are all armed. It's to show how real people do it, yeah. One of the things that I don't want to do, I mean, if this starts getting, I mean, probably a lot of you have noticed I have done some tutorial videos. And in those tutorial videos, I think I was being pretty straight up as far as talking about bugs and stuff. But what I don't want to do is produce a video of, look at me going to lathe or whatever the case might be, where I have spent 5 hours working my way around bugs and having to reboot it and then just edit all that out, make everything looking like it's running fine. I don't think that's honest, and I don't think that's a good way to approach this. Now, actually, my science light's going. Woohoo, I gotta remember that. So I've got a bunch of science here. What I also have is this atmosphere sniffer doober, the little sniffer. Now, I gotta be a little careful. It's gonna run for 2 minutes to collect all the science, and oh, it just happened. I just moved out from one biome into another biome, and it did it again, and notice that it stops. So you have to hit resume, and it's starting again. Be careful about that. It's easy to start it and forget about it, but it will stop running if you change biomes. This is, I guess, a biome-specific bit of science. So you gotta, and you don't get any, there's no partial science either. It's everything or nothing. So if it stops, you don't have anything. So that was something I discovered while trying to make the thumbnail. So here we go. We're on our way down. I just want to make sure that this atmospheric survey does what it needs to do over Duna's Midlands. As long as we don't move out of the Midlands in the next 30 seconds, we should be good. And then when that's done, I'm going to see what's our situation with approaching the monument. Okay, so that worked. And that's good. Well, I don't know. I think it's working pretty good. Our periapsis here is down to 16, but it's going to drop pretty quick. Alright, parts manager, go away. Now this, I would assume if we come over a different biome than the Midlands... Oh, yeah, now we're over the lowlands. See, it's back again. So we can do more science. There we go. More science, and as long as we stay over the lowlands for 2 minutes, we got another round of the little sniffer. I noticed the science light did come on, so I don't need to keep this menu open. But I just wanted to show that to you in case you were doing it. So much of KSB2 for the science is like you push this button and forget about it. Oh, Midlands again. Yep. And I think I got the Midlands, so it won't let me do another one. So I did not get that science, so I'm waiting to see if it comes back over lowlands. And while that's going, I don't know, this is looking alright. Now I do have some fuel in the ship. I might be, I don't know. This may be okay, which would be rather stunning, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna watch the science light again. So keep an eye on that science light. No idea how much science is waiting for me back home. Probably a lot. This thing was built with enough delta V to get back to the surface. So, if I can get down using almost nothing but the parachutes, we should be at least in shape. Oh my gosh. Wow. I am stunnified. That's looking all right. Remember, the parachutes are going to deploy. Here's our waypoint. See that? Should I risk a little bit of fuel to really slow me down? I might risk a little bit of fuel to really slow me down. Yeah, there's 2,180 meters per second in this thing. I think, well, maybe I won't have to. Oh, there goes our parachutes. Maybe I won't have to. This might work out great. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if it ain't broke. Wow. Wow. See, all I have to do is... I shouldn't jinx it. Knock on wood. Come on. Let's make sure the brakes are on. Put the lights on, too. I don't want to jinx it, because so many things could still go wrong. Yeah, it's better lucky. This is lucky. Like I said, I was trying to dial in what that right periapsis should be. And I never did try 20 kilometers, but I sort of got to a point that that was going to be the next thing I was going to try. And that's when I started running into the thermal bug, which never got gauges or anything during that whole descent. And then, but if I quick save and kept doing it again, I wouldn't be surprised if suddenly, all of a sudden, this thing starts blowing up. And it just goes to show you the thermal isn't quite right. I think there are people that argue that it's just more realistic, but I don't think that's the case. I think it just isn't working correctly. So we're overshooting a little bit, but I think I'm better off conserving fuel than I am worrying too much about a bit of a drive. Actually, I can see the monument. I'm not that far. Okay, now here comes this part. Oh, I should have quick saved. Quick save right now. Did it do a quick save? Yeah. Okay. Because we might do a funny bounce. The parachutes, I'm coming down a little hard. I do have to give a little puff of the engines just before we get down to the surface. But oh my goodness, I would never have in a million years thought I could have, with that very shallow descent, come in that close. I'm very happy. Very happy. Like I said, the easier way to land right there is to pack this thing with more fuel and just come down very steeply. But now I have no idea how lumpy or bumpy or or slopey this is down here. We're gonna find out pretty soon. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of a burn just as we come in here to try and just slow down. The brakes are on. Just don't fall over, you stinker. Don't you even think about it. Oh, the parachute. Well, the parachutes I think are kind of slowing me down as I slide down this hill, which I think is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. I'm going with that. That's okay. So I'm very happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this here and I'm going to change the control orientation to forward, like so. We also have, of course, a crap ton of science to do, and we can go outside and do an EVA, which is great too. Okay, I am going to do another quick save. I'm going to do quick saves a lot because I think I'm really worried this thing is going to blow up. But I'm... Ooh, look at that. Look at Ike. Do you see just the sliver? I think that, isn't that... Yes. Just a, that looks... Oh. See, this is the thing, is I get in and complain about bugs, and then I see something like that. That's just stunning. That's beautiful. Okay. So we're going to put the brakes off. And we're going to very cautiously make our way to a little bit of a flatter surface here before we EVA. Okay. So, yeah. Put the brakes back on here. There we go. Okay, and EVA bomb. Now, I think Bob actually does have to get his boots down on the surface, if I'm not mistaken. If I can get away with not having to do that, that'd be groovy. Oh, he's not. He's doing a surface sample from the fuel tank. A little bit of dust blew up on the fuel tank. He's collecting that. Thanks, Bob. That was awesome. Now, where are we? I don't even know what this is. This is Midlands. Okay. So that's cool because I don't have to risk this janky ladder that I built here. I can just get myself back in and do another quick save. And let's make ourselves over to that monument. So a little F5-y here. And let's go. Let's go, let's go. Now, it looks like we got ourselves a little kind of a very natural-looking valley. That's the thing, and the geography is much more natural-looking in KSP2. Like with this very, almost looks like an old river valley or something like that. That looks perfect for us to drive up. I'll put a flag down. Yep, we'll put the flag down when we're at the monument. We're gonna have to get out again anyway. There'll be more science, by the way, when we get to the monument, because that will be another biome. I don't know if these rocks are... Jeepers creepers, this thing. Oh, I have, I don't think I ever adjusted brakes for just a second here. I think I just slapped these things on. Auto traction control. Okay. That's... And, okay, let's leave it on drive limit. I don't know what that means. Auto friction control. Let's put the friction up a bit. That would seem like sensible, right? Sure, why not? Okay, brakes off. Brakes off. Okay, here we go. Yeah, hopefully it won't fall over. That's what the quick saves are for. Again, way smarter is to do something not too different than this, but just put the inline cockpit right in the middle there. Like, why I didn't do that, I don't know. Would have been lower, would have been easier to mount on top of the rocket. It would have been superior in every way, though it wouldn't look as goofy as this. So if you're into goofy, this could be your thing. Okay, up we go. I was really hoping this window was forward on the thing so that he can look where he's going, but unfortunately, of course, the hatch is forward, so that's that. Okay. We're going to come over this crest, and hopefully we will see our monument. Oh, I can just see the top of it there. Very exciting. Should have gone with a 402. I don't know what a 402 is there. I should concentrate on my driving. I'm being very cautious, as you can tell. This thing is tippy. Now, what's the better way? Going low or going high here? I think I might be better off going a little high. Taking the high road. The high road got very, very low sun there. You may have noticed as we were landing, like our whole orbit is very close to following the Terminator. You know, the light to shadow side. Stay out of that pit. Okay, coming around this way. Almost looks like frost on top of all these hills, but I don't think that's what they're going for. I think that's just a funky coloring. Because I can see it on the rover too. That kind of blue tinge to everything. All these little rocks here are all collisionless, so that's nice. Whoa, 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 getting a slide happening, getting a slide happening. Be careful, 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 careful. Just stop, just stop, just stop, just stop, just stop. Okay. F5 again. Good time to F5. I'm just gonna make my way down this hill here, past the big rock. Straight down this way might be the better plan. Sorry for being so cautious, but this is a tippy guy. Is the DV changing a lot? You're right, I can see that too. Look at the DV changing all the time. I have no idea why that would be, but the DV, it's not really going up or down, it's just fluctuating around. Why? I have no idea. So fuel's just sloshing around down there, I guess. Though I'm sure that's not what's being modeled. I'm just saying that as a joke. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is lovely. Lovely. Very organic looking. Almost like it's a carved tree trunk or something like that. I'm going to see. Can I park here on the top of the hill? I do want to get close enough to get some science. And there should be another biome. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Beautiful. We are in another biome here. Brakes on, brakes on, brakes on, brakes on, brakes on. Okay, science time. By the monument. Look at all the science here, too. I got 1,092 both in samples and in data. Oh, we're never going to get our samples back, are we? If I don't bring Bob back. Oh, that is one downside, isn't there? I talked about not doing a rescue mission, and I was like, I don't care about you, Bob. But now all of a sudden I'm like, I kind of do care about the science. Okay. Down Bob goes. Let's zoom out here and sort of take a look. It's got kind of... Oh, there's a face! There is a sleeping ent-like figure here with a crown and a whole stack of symbols around it. I was thinking at first that this is the sun and then the symbols are each of the worlds, but unless they're counting moons, there's an awful lot of them there. Oh, and there are little Squidwards up here. A little Squidward there, a little Squidward there, and a Squidward that looks like he's broken off there. And big light on the top. Okay, anyway. Science. Very nice. Okay, that is that. And a flag, of course. Plant flat, plant flat, plant flat. There we go. So this is the Duna 1. Oh yeah, it does not like, I keep remembering that, doesn't like digits. And Bob Kerman here. And Bob wants to go home. Okay. Bob would very much like to go home. Oh, and of course, got Kerbal. People are all automatically going to the dark when it comes to what's meant here. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is a dark and sinister mystery lying beneath Duna's surface. I don't know. Okay, now I'm at the wrong end. I gotta go to the right end. And we'll see now. This is not well thought. Well, I don't have extendable ladders yet, so that's part of the reason here. Oh, okay, he's there. Oh, get up fast, Bob. Get up fast, Bob. We're rolling, Bob. We are rolling, Bob. We're a rolling board. Okay. Put those brakes back on. All of a sudden, we're rolling around. Okay, so we're here. We've done everything we need to do. We still have 2,172 meters per second left in the vehicle, which is a ton. Which unfortunately, did I put a docking port on this thing here? No, of course I didn't, because that was another design. I think I'm just gonna go. Let's just go. So they're in about a 55 by 85 orbit. Yes, I know why it's a little elliptical, because I was trying to use the atmosphere to help slow me down. That was one of the things I was banking on, using the atmosphere to slow me down and save a bit of fuel, but every time I dipped into the upper atmosphere at all, things exploded. So I think what I'm gonna do, why don't I go for about an 85 kilometer orbit, and then we'll try and finagle our way into a rendezvous. Let's see how that goes. That might be the best plan. And I'm thinking, and this is going around this way, right? Yes, it is. So I need to go north. So we're going to go to the north. We're just going to kind of do this. So do that. Do that. I'm going to do a quick save. And I think the best time to leave is like right now. Now, north. Oh, let's change the orientation here to the default. North is there, the red line. So let's go. Duna's atmosphere is pretty thin, so you can actually take off without too much difficulty and not have to worry about drag and all that kind of annoying stuff. But I'm just gonna, I think I probably should go a little higher than that. Not quite treat it like I'm coming off from the moon. Though I gotta admit it, I don't have a huge amount of experience with Duna. It's not one of my... I actually don't have a monstrous amount of experience once you go interplanetary. I don't go interplanetary that much in my own games. Okay, let's just kind of ride this like this. Probably lock the prograde's a good plan. Let's lock the prograde. Maybe reduce throttle a little bit like I would in a normal ascent. I don't know. Do the Watney challenge. The Watney challenge. I had the last time I went to Duna, I think, oh shoot. I'm just noticing my prograde vector's over here. Why are you over there? I think it just went on orbit on me. Oh, program, up. I'm losing control. I don't know if what I'm doing is efficient or not reducing throttle. May or may not be. There. I want to be like going right up the north line. Let's just burn. Let's just do it. I just want to get up. No, it's probably not efficient because this thing has all the aerodynamics of a brick. No. What am I doing? I want to get out of the atmosphere as quick as I can. That's the way to do it. Anyway, I was saying the last time I think I was at Duna was when I was doing my planet landing marathon in stock KSP-1. And my exit from Duna was an adventure. I don't mind saying. And another mistake was made that left the lander with less fuel than it should have had. Yeah, okay. Let's just see, we'll get ourselves out of the atmosphere here. Yeah, I shouldn't have reduced throttle. That was a mistake. I will... Well, it depends. Well, I should have... Well, we'll see what we get. I think I still got enough fuel anyway. And I don't have the ability to refuel, so... Okay. Oops, I paused by mistake there. Let's get this back up to 85. Alright. Yeah, so we're missing by a lot. We're going to have to do a little bit of finagling and phasing and all of that kind of fun stuff. But right now, the main thing I was more concerned is that this inclination difference between us and our command vessel here wasn't that big, and it's not. And the more I would have waited, the bigger this would have gotten. Am I going the wrong way? I don't think so. I always get... No, I'm not going the wrong way, am I? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Don't freak myself out like that. Okay. Let's see. But anyway, yeah, back to that Duna, my last Duna mission. The lander had less fuel than it should have had because of an error on my part. And I had to EVA the Kerbals while they were still technically suborbital, and then use their EVA packs to circularize and rendezvous with the command vessel. And yeah, it was a little hairy. It was fun though. Okay. It's gonna circularize here. We're about 20 seconds from apoapsis, and then we'll see if we can... I think I got a lot of fuel. Did you reset the control point? I did. I did reset the control point. I did that before I took off. Get a little closer here. Now, all I want to do is get this out of the atmosphere. That's enough. Okay. So now we're... This is confusing as heck. But now we're in... No, I want to be in an 85 by 85. My mistake. 85 by 85. Oh, that's probably a little much, but... Oh, well. Let's I went too far. Focus this on Duna. There we go. So I'm going to aim to get my rendezvous here. That's going to be my plan. So I'm going to create a maneuver node. Now you can see I'm nowhere near my craft. I got still 353 meters per second left with fuel I can't reuse. So I might as well use what I can. Now here's where I'm hoping my little maneuver node... Let's do a quick save in case this thing causes a problem. But my maneuver node continued. What I am hoping is if I push this a little bit ahead. This is a trick I used to use in KSP1 all the time. So you can see how far apart our indicators are. And I mean, that's what's going to happen. I paid no attention to that. But if I start popping ahead orbits, so here where it says orbital period plus minus, I'm assuming that means just going ahead one orbital period. So let's do that. And I should start seeing... No, they are not moving. Okay, so the game does not look orbits ahead. It's not thinking about that. Alright, that's going to be... Okay, so what we're going to have to do is starting to time warp. Let's see how that works. So we're going to start time warping here. And what I want to see are these indicators. Can't get rid of that. The indicators here being, with each orbit, we're in a different period. So with each orbit, our indicators should be moving. You see that? So what I'm doing is I'm just going ahead orbits until they're a little closer together. And then we'll try and finagle ourselves an encounter. I'm trying to... We got all the time in the world. You can see it's working here now. Okay. I think I'm going to go one more. I think so. Let's go past these guys. Okay, I see a 2A, but I don't see a 2B. Okay, we're gonna go one more bit around here. Just a sec. See, there's a 2A there, but no 2B. I don't know why I'm so eager here. This should do it. So you can see our indicators here. Go away. We are missing by about 31 kilometers, but if I put a maneuver down around here, might have to put the maneuver a little earlier. I don't know. Wait, no, maybe not. Of course, the game might get completely confused when I'm doing something this. If I increase my orbital period. No. Okay, the game's getting confused, me doing that. It does not like it. Where are we? We're up here. This maneuver plan's coming a little too quickly. Let's see if we can just force this. Is that making it better or worse? That's making it better. That's getting worse, and now I probably have to... Oh my god, it's so hard with this big menu. I think I gotta go radially up. Oh my god. These menus... I know they're trying to make it easier for you with these big menus, but sometimes it really makes it frustrating. Radially up? Is that making it better or worse? No, I think it's making it worse. Of course, the radially down is in the planet, so that makes it a little hard to... See if that makes it better or worse. Now try some normal adjustments too. Oh, no, that's not making it better. A little normal. And then just trying to get that encounter... Nope, that's not making it better. The other way. That's making it better. I was thinking of making a maneuver, and it's easier to do this planning an orbit ahead, but the game wasn't going to let me do that. Or at least I couldn't figure out how to get the game to let me do that. Okay, then the normal change is helping. So, oh, about 9.2 kilometers I saw there. Okay. And, yeah, a little retrograde is helping. I think I'm going to stick with the prograde, retrograde, normal directions. Oh, that's making it worse. That's making it better. Making it worse. Come here, you. Oh, I have this maneuver tool. Why aren't I using it? Maneuver node continued. Here we go. What was I doing? I was doing retrograde. So let's do little steps on the retrograde. To be honest, though, I don't mind. Oh, that's 4, 1. That seemed to be okay. What about the normal? That's making it worse this way. That's making it worse. Radial. That makes it worse. I think I need to do small... Oh. That radial was certainly doing it. Little normal. Made it worse. That made it worse. Okay. So I'm going to lose this. Because I can actually do finer adjustments with this. That makes it worse. I mean, we're coming within a kilometer. I can finagle that. And again, I can't adjust the steps on that mod. I think I'm going to go with this. Coming within a kilometer, I can make that work. Okay, so that burn's coming up in 32 seconds. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Yeah, I'm seeing the changing the steps, and I would have changed the steps, except the last time I did that, the whole game locked up on me, and I had to restart the game, and I'm not going to risk that during a live stream. So that's just what that is. Okay, and actually, I can probably just get rid of this and just do this. Because I got the vector, that's the important part. And just do this until it gets as good as it's going to get. There, 9. There we go. There we go. Who needs all the little steps? There we go. 668. Let's put you on target. You on retrograde. Okay. And according to this, we're going to be there in about 8 minutes. So let's go to, we're about 2 minutes away. And one of the things that I did, sure, get in there about 2 minutes away. Let's see if we can fine tune this at all. Unfortunately, I have to come out here to see this data. I missed the... one thing they should do is when you go to target, it would be nice if this data changed to allow you to see the distance to target and time to target from not having to be in map view. That'd be, I think, really nice. Okay, so probably push it this way is my guess. Yep, that's making it better. Making it better here. 300 meters, 200, that's about it. And get ourselves a little closer. I think I can probably finagle it from here. Do I see my ship? Yeah, I can see it down there. It's about 10 kilometers away. But one of the things I was doing on the weekend while I was just playing around in a private game is I put a big vessel into orbit about Kerbal. And I practiced just fueling it up. What's my encounter... Oh, wait, whoa. My encounter velocity is 93 meters per second, so I gotta be a little careful. We are coming in pretty fast. And the whole rendezvous and docking thing actually worked out much easier than I would have guessed. I thought it was going to be a very frustrating affair, but it would actually turned out to be relatively easy. And moreover, actually the docking was very easy. We're coming in hot. The docking was very easy. The game's very kind to you when it comes to docking. Bringing it this way, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. We'll just come in close. Now, I still do have a little bit of fuel left in these tanks. Well, let's actually come to a pretty close to a stop here. But unfortunately, I have no way of getting that fuel into here. So what we're going to have to do is just EVA Bob and transfer over. And again, that's just... Can you get away from there, Bob? There we go. That's just an oversight on my part that I should have put docking ports there instead of a decoupler. That was just, frankly, just really dumb. So now comes the magic moment. How much DV does this thing have in it? I honestly have no idea. Now that we've lost all of that rover up there. Yeah, the docking's really kind. It's sort of like lets you, it doesn't force you to actually dock perfectly. It's like you get close enough and it just, yeah, you're close enough and it just puts the two vessels together without any real fuss. Okay, we have 468 meters per second. Okay, let's open up this antenna. It's not going to let me extend that antenna? Why won't it let me extend the antenna? Don't give me some sort of you don't have control type of situation. I do. Okay, that's weird. Alright, I don't have an antenna. Oh, that's the, yeah, that's right. The Communitron DTS. Whatever. Okay. 468. What's the ride back to Kerbin supposed to look like? I wrote down a bunch of numbers and I'm not sure what I'm looking at. 250. I don't think I have the fuel. The other thing I didn't consider as well is... Actually, now would be a good time to probably leave, but... Well, no, we're not at the right... Is the fact that I'm in a polar orbit. It's very challenging. There's an extra challenge of coming from a polar orbit and trying to get back to Kerbin. It takes a little bit more fuel. Depending entirely on how you do it. I'm just going to just really, for giggles and smiggles, just kind of push this until that's as much fuel as I got. We'll point it in roughly the right direction. And what does that... I'm pointing it in 180 degrees the wrong direction. Sorry. God, why do you have to move around on me, huh? Why? That's the way you gotta go. Like that way. How does that bring down... Because if this periapsis is reasonably close to Kerbin, this is doable. If not... And I don't want to get into Ike assists or anything like that, because with these maneuver nodes, it is far... Like, look at how much trouble I'm having just with this, for goodness sakes. I think it needs to be a little bit this way. Kerbal PE. It's got to adjust it till that PE is as low as it's going to get. That's about it there. So, and I know I'm not leaving it anywhere at the right time, but as you can see here, I can't even get down to Kerbin's orbit. So, we are stuck. Bob is stuck. I was going to do some transmitting. Can I? But I couldn't extend the antenna. Can I transmit anyway? How do I do this? Science, the science one, dummy. What happens if I do some transmitting? No connection, it says. Is this the... Well, that gets me back to the tracking station. I guess there's no way to see communication lines. I think I should have a connection with Kerbin. I think I got line of sight to Kerbin, don't I? Where's Kerbin? There's the sun. I should have line of sight to Kerbin. So it can't be that. But this is not extending. Did I have the foresight of putting that on an... Well, let's see. Can I edit the action groups? How do you edit? There's an action group editor, is there not? Action group manager. So go to 0 on the action groups. Go to communications. Go to the Communitron. Say toggle set antenna. And now press 0. No, it won't let me toggle it. 550 meters. Yeah, I don't have. You don't have power? I have power. I have a little bit of power. I mean, I should be able to extend the antenna. So, anyway, maybe a rescue... Yeah, I might have to be saying goodbye to all this science without a rescue. Anyway, let's get back to the Kerbal Space Center and consider our options. Maybe that's our best plan. Back to the mission control. That's where we're going. It's a dumb glitch. Yeah, I got a feeling the antenna not raising is a dumb glitch. And so it's saying I don't have a connection. So anyway, we can do this Duna Monument thing. That is done. We can submit that. Let's see what Carrie's got to say. It's great to see you. You're astounding us. Building complex rocket designs, directing the flights, and remembering it was my birthday. Thank you for the pen, by the way. Classy. The images of this new monument suggest that we barely scratched the surface. Is it some sort of family tree? There's a Kerbal on it, for one thing, as well as another squid-faced being, but there are other branches too. What used to be there? And that crown, gorgeous. As expected, the monument is emitting a new signal that we'll need to decode. For now, I'd like to share a memo from the Institute of Old Stuff. The lead researcher is my old classmate, Levi. We only received a stern, real science-only memo from the Kerbal Astronomical Society, by the way. Their loss. I haven't read Levi's memo yet. I thought it would be exciting to read it together. I have more patience since I quit drinking the coffee. These days I drink coffee flavored water. Oh my god. Yeah, that's decaf. Otherwise known as decaf good. I resemble that remark. The memo reads as follows. My dearest Carrie, it seems fate and destiny have brought us together again. I have regretted not telling you how I felt over these years. Oh, how strangely emotionally charged. But let's get to the good part. Here we are. We are able to locate a reference from the discontinued cereal brand called Kerbal. Supposedly it was too salty. Kerbal was the cereal. This isn't a dumb joke, is it? It was spun in the middle of children episode. Okay, I don't want to care about Kerbal. Oh, Ocean Adventure, but she warned them that going to land. I guess, okay, yeah. Well, director, should I find the box of Kerbal? I never had the salty cereal. Okay, we're done. Get some rest, director. I think we're very close to a massive breakthrough. So there we go. 2000 science now. I do have, okay, the better signal. Of course, it's set up a vessel with a probe and an antenna with a minimum range of 68 gigameters from Joule. Okay. Okay. That actually sounds easier than what we just did. And then we got a whole lot of other new secondary ones that I've been largely avoiding. Transmit or return an atmosphere survey from Joule. Looking inward, enter E's sphere of influence. Big and husky. Land a vessel on Duna with a mass of over 300 tons. Okay, so this actually, big and husky, I guess, is similar to Little Chonker here, which is to land a vessel on Minmus with a current mass over 200 tons. This is one of the things I was trying to do over the weekend, and I had a vessel that I designed, and I tested it in orbit, and it got into a problem that the game just suddenly didn't like it. Said, no, don't like it, and I'm going to just randomly explode it while it's in orbit here, and blame it on you. So that's what the game did. So I thought, okay, and I wasn't clipping parts or doing any of that kind of stuff, by the way. But I thought, okay, you know what? I'll redesign. I'll do it a little differently. I'll put on these radio parts in a bit of a different way. And got along, looked like things were going pretty well. And thought, I'm at the point now where I'm ready to do a test launch, put it on the launch pad, and it just kind of collapsed under its own weight. So that's the kind of thing I don't want to do in a live stream. It got very frustrating. So I'm going to completely ignore Little Chonker. I'm going to completely ignore Big and Husky. There's just way too many things that go wrong once you start to build things. Land on Ike with a crew of 3. Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that one. Anyway, let's just very quickly go to research and development. I wasn't reading her thing. The aliens we were chasing are from the bottom of an ocean. Oh, I smell a lathe encounter coming. So what do I got? I got 2,099. So I can clearly get a little bit more into here. Mark II. Okay. I got what I'm considering. I'm really considering doing something really simple and picking up Bob. I'm thinking that might not be a bad idea for this stream. And I don't think I need any of this stuff to get Bob. Clampetron Jr. docking port. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to go. We're going to go into the vehicle assembly building. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm getting, YouTube is not receiving information. Are people having trouble at their end when it comes to the stream? I'm getting an error from YouTube as far as the streaming rate goes. Well, there's not much I can do about it. My internet seems to be getting flakier, and unfortunately I have pretty much the best I can get from where I live. Okay, so this is the Duna one, which Bob took. And what I'm considering is simply removing this. Boom. What does that do for the DV? So the DV here, I don't even trust this DV. 5,954. And if I remove this, it jumps up like almost 2,000. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's take this off. Take that off. I'm going to stick on a probe body, the little octo like so. I'm going to put on a parachute on the top and basically call this now Duna 2. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. And we're going to go see if we can pick up Bob. That's our plan. So this is the Duna 2. Save. And probably should check out the thrust to weight ratio. One thing I have noticed with this game multiple times is as soon as you use fuel lines, the delta V is just flat out wrong. It cannot work it out. It's completely confused. But what I do want to take a look at is my thrust to weight ratio. We can bring this down just a little bit. How did bringing down the thrust limiter bring up my launch thrust to weight ratio? Okay, I'm going to have to trust that. Okay, we're going to save this again as the Duna 2. Save. Okay. So, and we're going to send this up empty because I did put a probe body on there. I have to make sure to extend my antennas for reals. Let's see what happens. Hopefully that won't be problematic. So save it again. And let's get into the tracking station. Oh, it doesn't like me going to the tracking station from here. Okay. There is a heat shield on there, but I will check again, Rob, just to make sure. Now, I'm supposed to have Kerbal alarm clock, but I don't know where it's hiding. And there might be something wrong with it, too. It said that it should be down here with the time stuff. Like, there's UT, MET. At least I think so. I can't seem to find. So I'm going to have to just do this again the old-fashioned way. So we're going to resume our game here. We're going to go out to Duna. Focus. No. Focus our view on Kerbal. Silly. Kerbal. Focus. Focus. There we go. And we got to get our phase angle right. And so, again, the phase angle is, I have it still written down here somewhere, 44 degrees, which is pretty darn close to 45 degrees. So what that means is if you look at Kerbin, and here's Duna, Duna has to be in the lead because Kerbin's the one that's rotating more quickly by an angle of 45 degrees. So what I'm going to do is, again, quick save here. And we're going to get ourselves to the right phase angle, then we'll launch. Inactive near menu. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, so it's going to be Kerbin coming up from behind. That's, of course, what it's going to be. And what we're looking at is this angle here, measured at the sun. Right now it's about 90, so we need it to be about half that. I'm going to quick save again. Yeah, if I scroll out, it makes life easier, doesn't it? Probably I'm going to get out my protractor. Hold it up to the screen. Oh, God, I hate this thing with the protractor. So, it also makes it really hard to read the protractor. This is a little less than 60. And, of course, you probably heard that fall back down again. So, get ourselves a little closer. Now this thing should be very overbuilt. Of course, I'm reaching over the microphone and everything. Okay, center it on the sun. Oh, it's darn close enough. Darn close enough. So I'm gonna call it. Let's back to vehicle assembly. Replace those parachutes. Well, my parachutes, what I did is I just put this little parachute on the top because all it is, the Octo's not that heavy, right? 42 kilograms. So the parachute only has to deal with the Mark 1 command pod. I think that should be good. And there should be a heat shield under here. There is. So everything should be all right. We're We're going to need to make sure to get rid of Mr. Kerbal Face. Yeah, we knew you get in there, Bill. So no Kerbals. Let's just go. I'm breaking up. Yeah, I think my streaming speed is not that good, and there's pretty much zero I can do with it from this end. So I'm apologizing for the quality of the stream. It seems to be an internet thing. Yeah, that's I cannot do anything about that. And if you can't deal with it, I completely understand. But like I said, there's just zero I can do about it at this end. So sorry about that. Okay, we'll launch. Right, all my 3 engines are going? Yeah, let's go. No countdown. We're off. Working fine, says Patch. That's good. But if you are seeing any kind of lag and stuff, I'm almost guaranteed it's at my end, not at your end. Because I'm getting warnings from YouTube myself. Okay, pitching over, locking to the prograde vector. Want this at about 90 degrees here. It's looking pretty good. I'll try to do a better ascent. Well, at least I don't have a great big stupid car sitting on the top of the vessel. That should help things along very well. All right. And yeah, we're going to be losing these radio boosters very soon. And staging. There they go. Maybe a little on the steep side, but I think it's okay. Okay, gonna reduce throttle. Time to Apoapsis is about 57 seconds right now, so I'm gonna try and kind of hold that about constant. Try and sort of keep this at about 90. I noticed it was at 90. I think it's just bouncing around. I think I just need to realize it's okay. We'll try to do our best. Yep, no problem with letting me know if you're having lag. I just want to let people know it ain't you. Oh, please stop apologizing. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm Canadian. It's very difficult. It's bred into us. Alright. How's my fuel tank doing? It's doing very, very well. And I don't have a Kerbal aboard, so that means there is a seat. You know, it's funny, it was all set to leave bomb behind until I realized, but the science, and then especially once I couldn't transmit that science, I was like, oh no! No way, we need that science! So it looks like the next mission is to get to Joule. I like that one. That's an easy one. It looks like just getting an orbit of Joule, too. Or maybe go to, I don't know. Land 3 people on Ike sounds like fun, too. I typically will land on Ike before I've landed on Ike, I think, more times than I've landed on Joule. I like powered landings. I think it's really what it is. Well, thank you. Is it Pedrog? I'm gonna go with that. Talking about the Kerbalism series, yeah. I am toying, and I don't want to say things too loud. I'm just saying this out live. But, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I am toying with the idea of a new live stream series. I am going to run with KSB2 as long as it's not completely driving me crazy. So that is what it is. But what I do, I am thinking of a whole new series. You mentioning Kerbalism is what made me think about this. And it'll involve Kerbalism and really kind of building a game that if I were to build a private game, it's the kind of game I would really enjoy playing. And that's what I'm thinking about. That's not RP1, which I'm not going to do live under any circumstances. but something that would have a whole stack of mods in there, play around with the scale of the solar system, things like that. And Kerbalism's involved, and KOS is involved, and modifying the tech trees involved, and all that kind of fun stuff. That's my idea. But when that'll start, I don't know. It's going to be really not so much when I want to start it as when I finally have enough with KSP2 that I'm going to end it. But I'm going to let the game decide that. If all of a sudden I have a very, very, very buggy stream, that's going to be it. If I start getting game crashes and things, that's going to be it. So far, so good. All right, just going for the circularization. Oh, out of fuel. That's okay. That's actually meant to happen. On to our next stage. And I'm going to go 80 by 80. Why'd I go? Sure, 80 by 80. Good enough. Good enough, he says. Okay, now again, there is a light glitch, so my lights aren't working, but the key to the light glitch is an F5 for a quick save, and then load up that quick save. And now the lights work. So I like my blinky lights. So there we go. Okay, so what we got to do is get ourselves to Duna. So we'll do this again, set that as a target, and we shall do our best to get going in the direction we need to go. We got to burn. I'm thinking there's something about this interface that I'm always looking the wrong. I always feel like I'm, but I think this is right. Is this bringing up our orbit? I'm going the right. It is. Oh, wait. Calm down. Bring her back. Bring her back. Bring her back. So did I set this as a target? Set as a target. I'm probably setting, shoot. That's one of the things I find. Can I focus on this? Focus. Is once you have a craft on a body, it's really hard not to click or around the body. There, set Duna as the target. There we go. It's really hard. That looks better. To not click on the craft when I want to click on the. Okay, I can see this is going too inward, so I'm going to bring it this way. That's more or less right. The other thing you can do to get that timing right, the easiest thing, click on your Apple Axis, come down here. Oh, I can open up the maneuver planner make job. Maneuver node continued, because adjusting the timing is the biggest pain. And just start adjusting the timing and seeing what timing gets you the highest Apple Apps you can. It's right around there. I was already pretty darn close to the right place, so that's about right. Now I'm looking at my, get that out of the way, my intercepts here. I might be a little, what happens if I pop ahead in orbit? I think I might be a little late. And it may not reflect this, so go ahead one orbital period. Oh, it is! And that's getting better. Okay, cool. I can pop ahead orbits. This is awesome. So we're popping ahead orbits, and that's getting us closer. I'm a little bit early, I can tell. If you can get closer. Yes. If you can get closer by just adjusting the timing, that is the way to do it. Okay, let's see if I adjust the time the other way. That's getting better. That's getting worse, but we're very close. Oh, this is so much better. Give us the ability to pop ahead orbits, Mr. Please. I think I'm hitting the moon. That's probably what happened there. Again, adjusting the timing a little bit. Once again, I'm staying away from adjusting the steps because when I played with this over the weekend, I think I'm in a good spot. I must be getting some sort of Duna encounter, don't you think? I'm a little surprised not to be seeing one. I think I need to give a little bit more prograde. Yep. Yep. Nope. Back a bit. Now play with the time. There's our encounter. Focus on here. Oh, this is great. Look at that. Just gonna play a little bit more with the timing. No more playing with the orbit. That moves it more than I want. I think I'm just gonna burn this. Beautiful. That was so much easier with that little bit of a tool, even though it's not working with 100% goodness. Now I gotta go ahead about 9 days, so I'm gonna give. Is there power generation outside of the alternators? Oh my gosh, did I never put solar panels on this thing? That could be a large... I did not. That could be a large part of my problem. There are no solar panels on this. Oh dear. At least I can extend the antenna, but no, I had all the solar panels. Oh my gosh. Do I have to launch? Okay, I'm going to have to revert to launch. Oh shoot, I'm going to have to revert to the VAB. All the solar panels are on the rover. What a dumb thing. What an idiot stick. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, you told me not to apologize anymore, but I am going to have to revert back to the VAB because that's not going to make it. Ah. Me angry. Let's see if we can set this up real quick again, though. Me angry. Thanks, it's better than I noticed it now. No, I'm going to put some solar panels on this thing. What do I got for electrical generator? I don't even think... What do I have even for batteries on this? I probably don't have much. I do not. I'm just... This is... Okay. Oh, that is the science. Oh, I can take the science thing off. No, that's the reaction wheels. Sorry. Electricity, 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 electricity. So... For batteries, I guess maybe this might be my better choice. Put on 4 of those. I'm a little reluctant to put on radio batteries sometimes because they seem to like to explode. What do I have for solar arrays? There we go. Oh, I have some decent ones. Let's just go with these guys. I don't need 4. There. Okay, and we'll get back into action groups. In action group 0, I believe I already have... Don't I have the communication in there? Oh, shoot. Toggle the antenna, and under electrical, extend those solar panels. That'll take care of that. Okay. Save. Duna 2. Kerbal. Get out, Bill. Empty. There. Empty. Launch. Okay, we're going to try this again. Oops, we forgot something. Okay, so, yeah, just... Oh, and I was so happy with that encounter, but we should be able to set that up again pretty quick. Alright, so again, about 50 meters per second, we will pitch over, wait for that prograde to get about 5 degrees over, and then hit Lock-Yada prograde. We're right on 90 degrees. Nope, not anymore. Just as I said that, it goes to 89, of course. But we'll leave that, we'll let that go. Okay, let's see how this goes. Trying again, trying again. Get to hear the launch music again. I am living off your Wi-Fi, John. That's my whole MO. Poaching Wi-Fi from 1,000 miles away. What am I doing here, by the way? Oh, I'm a little bit shallow. I'm just gonna do that for a little bit and lock it back on the program. And I just lock the attitude just for a little bit. This might be a better ascent than my previous one. Oh, I'm out of... Unless I do stuff like that, of course. Where I run out of fuel and just kind of like, we'll just keep those boosters around for a while. Why not? Why not? Wow. Okay, reduce throttle. I was so excited about having to do very little about, you know, the whole gravity turn part worked so well. I just forgot I still had stuff to do, like the boosters and reducing my throttle and all of that kind of stuff. So a little bit of sleep at the wheel there. Yeah, I know I'm wasting Delta V. That wasn't on purpose. That's my strategy all the time for very efficient launches, is just hang on to the boosters for an extra 30 seconds. Honestly, it makes things go much better. Oh no, you can point out my boosters. The thing that pointing out my boosters is just by the time there's a bit of an intentional delay in the chat. There's about a 10-second delay in the chat, so quite often by the time and then there's a delay with my mental processes processing what's going on in the chat. That by the time I notice that it's there, quite often I end up noticing it after the fact. But that's fine. No point out stupid stuff. It's just don't expect me to notice it right away. Okay, here we go. I think we're still okay. We're still okay. Famous last words. At least there's no one to rescue this time if this one ends up being. Oh dear. Okay. And I'm gonna go for 85 kilometers this time. No apparent reason. I'm gonna reduce throttle though. See if I can build up that periapsis a little more. Now, I do get into trouble here. I'm almost out of the atmosphere, so that'll help. I am out of the atmosphere, but the very top part of ascents, if you take it really, really slow and have radial parts like these batteries on here, oh my goodness, do they tend to get hot. But we are now in space, so that part should be okay. I should be actually safe to do that thing. That's a nice animation. That's the first time I used those. That looked really good. And 85. And did that. Yeah, my antenna's down there. Good. And let's time warp a little. And finish off this insertion. Stage, Damio. Pitching up a little bit just to keep that apple waps ahead of me. Okay, that should be good. All right, happy days. Let's see, how's the sun? I'm gonna roll this way. That should help with the sun. So that should mean that those solar panels have exposure pretty much all the time. Put that on lock. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm gonna focus here on Duna. Whoa, how's that focusing on Duna, my friend? How is that focusing on Duna, really? And we're gonna select Duna as a target. And I don't know any other way to get back to the focus to here. And then we gotta blow this forward. Wow, the camera really... I don't know what I'm doing to get the camera to keep doing that. I might be just pushing too hard on the middle mouse button. Okay, and that is getting... There's Duna there, so I need a little bit more prograde. Okay, and again, this is just very rough. We'll get this right, and then we'll dial in the timing by finding our apoapsis with Kerbal, which is deciding it doesn't need to be around. Okay. The other thing you can do, here, let's open this up. That one. Is if I... Yeah, if you bring your periapsis with Kerbal close to where you are, that also tells you you're in the right sort of line. Anyway, I knew I had to jump ahead about 9 days. So let's start just doing that right away. Oh, it wasn't 9 days. The sphere of... Okay, and then I ran into the moon. The sphere, Kerbin's sphere of influence exit was in about 9 days. Something like that. And then we'll play with the timing again. Get that as close as we can. That's a little bit off. I think I need a little bit more prograde. Why am I doing it that way when I got this button? A little bit more prograde. Play a little bit with the time. Pop ahead in orbit. Does that that's making it better. Like every time it does that, I think that's a moon encounter. Oh, there's our... Thought I saw it there for a moment. That is... Focus our view here. Come on, you stinker. I see a sphere of influence change. Am I crazy? There's an encounter with Duna there. Play with the timing a bit. Seems to get rid of it. That makes it worse. That's definitely making it better. It seems to be popping in and out, and I'm not sure why. That making it worse, so I gotta get back to that. There. Not seeing it here, that's what's sort of bugging me, but you know what? I am inclined to just kind of do it. And then we'll tweak as we go. So let's just do it and tweak as we go. So close that, close that, close that. F5 for a quick save. The burn is coming up. Oh, it is 9 days from now. Okay. So I'm going to give the seizure warning here because we're going to go very, very fast as we do this time warping. And I'm hoping it will stop me in time. I'm not convinced it will, but we'll see what it does. Hey, that's not bad. Still 18 minutes. Let's try it again. And now the time... Oh, that worked very well. Okay, lock. Oh, I don't have my lights. Gotta get my lights back. We'll do that after the burn. Yeah, we'll burn and do the correction midway for sure. We got time to pick Bob up. And then when we go, we'll for a future vessel, we'll put a little more thought into stuff. Where are we? 15 seconds, 14 seconds, 10, and 5, 4, 2, 1, go. We're off. We are off. Going for Duna once again. And hopefully coming back with a Kerbal. So this thing has 4,400 meters per second right now of Delta V. Should be plenty. Should be plenty. Now notice here all the time warps are still there, so you can't actually like time warp. I'm a little nervous about this, like how fast I'm going to time warp with this, but I can speed things along a little bit. Maybe I should be careful with that, make sure that there's an actual still growing. Yeah, it seems to be working all right. Oh, I got a moon encounter. That's what was causing that sort of funkiness. Okay. Okay, that's why it was a little weird. I got a little bit of a moon encounter. That I think I'm just gonna have to deal with, actually. I should have been paying a little bit more attention to that. But that's why. Oh, for frick's sakes! Let's just do this. Yeah, I should have looked for that as soon as I saw it acting a little weird. But it's not a... We're not getting that close to the moon. Should be okay. Should be okay. Hopefully the moon isn't messing up too terribly. It's not even predicting our path after that, but we'll deal. We'll deal. Okay. Back to here, back to here. F5. And then revert just to get our lights working. Okay, and time warp. Oh dear, now that's always fun looking. Let's just pause so everybody can admire this. But after that quick save, here I'll roll this craft the other way so you can really see them. Look at that. Look at that. That's early access there, isn't it? Pause on that side. There you go. Having hovering batteries. I still have their electric charge, but this is kind of scary. We got batteries that have taken a little bit of a step to... Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a quick jaunt around the moon. And... Okay, we're now in orbit about the sun. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So we do have a Duna encounter, so that's good. We should be able to work with this. So create a maneuver plan about halfway. Focus our view down here on Duna. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, that's not bad. It's like, when it's south like that, that's actually fine. And so what I want to do is, where is our maneuver plan? There it is. I can tell I need to bring it to the north. Positive normal, that is, up like that. Now we're going to have to, we are, again, remember what I was saying, not thinking about polar orbits and all that kind of stuff? I think I'm going to need to come into the, I think I'm going to need to use a little Ike. Use a little Ike to manipulate orbits. I got some ideas, but one thing at a time. Let's deal with this. I'm just going to come up into the same plane as Ike, and then I'm going to... It's hard to find... See, the radial... Although, well, that is radial, isn't it? Yes, that's radial. So let's... No, it's hard to do it. So let's... It's hard to look at this. So that's why this and pull on these at the same time. Well, no, not really. Let's click that. Get the maneuver. Radially in. Nope, that's the wrong way. Radially out. There we go. Bring this really close. I want to be in Ike's plane, and I want to come in... I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, I'm getting a bit of an Ike encounter. Ooh. Can I use Ike to help me out? Sometimes you can. Okay, I'm going to use this guy. Bring you over here. I was playing with the radially in, I think. Nope, I was playing with the radially out. That's too much, so I'm going to have to be this... carefully as I can here. Let's see, radially out. Oh, radially other way. There we go. That's a hit on Ike. And a little bit down. So the reason why I'm thinking of using Ike is a pretty heavy moon, you know, in relation to Duna. Like, it's big and it's close to Duna. It's whipping around a lot. Now, this is actually resulting in me having a collision course with Duna, so I do have to be a little careful. Let's pull this away a little bit. I'm not quite sure this is really helping. What if I come on the other side of Ike? Because sometimes Ike can really be your friend. I think Ike's going to help us out. Maybe not. No, I think Ike's actually being more work than it's worth. Because this is what I was noticing, okay? When I'm doing this, right? Look at my Ike's actually, I think, speeding us up while we're hitting here because we're not bending all that much. Now compare that to when we actually miss Ike completely. The amount of that bend. Yeah, I don't think Ike... See, this is pretty much ignoring Ike. Right? And look at the bend. That shows you just how fast you're going as you come around Duna. But if I pull it on to the other side of Ike, like that, and obviously I don't want to hit Duna, that'd be bad. But, oh no, I am going slower. There's more bend there. But what? You know what? I'm going to leave it like this. And just for now. And we'll fine tune this as we get closer. So this is a very small, only 14-second burn here. F5 again. Let's get out there. Can you put Bob into an... That's what one of the things I was thinking about, John, is once I do this burn, I'm going to go check on Bob. It might be easier to put Bob into an equatorial orbit, and then it will be easier if I can put Bob into an equatorial orbit and rendezvous with him than it will be to fiddle with. My solar panels are good. Just getting all that light. There we go. Then it will be to fiddle with all this polar stuff. So once I get this is why I kind of stopped where I was at, but I'm going to do this correction burn. There we go. And then I'm going to check on Bob. Maybe we can move Bob. And then maybe when we come back, these batteries might fix themselves too. Okay, so coming back to here. Focus my view on Duna. And we'll just bring up our trajectory here. Like that. Now, Ike will mean a bit of science, too. But we'll play around with... There we go. What I should do... Bring down that thrust limiter. Just now I have to refocus on Duna. Where are you, Duna? Okay. Fine with that. And then we'll get rid of that maneuver. And, oh, it's not predicting the trajectory past that. That's interesting that it does that. Anyway, I do want to make sure solar panels all look good. They do. F5, and let's go check on Bob. That's what we're going to do. Check on Bob and see if it's possible. So Bob, I don't know which of these vessels is Bob. There's default name 6 or the Duna 1-3. I bet you Bob's in default name -6. I bet you that's it. Control. And map view. Nope. Bob's in this one. Control. There's Bob. All right, so Bob has 465 meters per second. I don't know why there's a maneuver there. To, now, let's see if we can get him into a polar or an equatorial orbit. So we're going to just do a little experiment. I don't think it takes too much to get out to Ike. That might be job number 1. There's 2 ways to do it. The simplest way to do it is to push out your apoapsis very, very... Oh, there's our Ike encounter. That's 300... Okay, I can't burn more than half that for sure. It has to be less than 465, because I got to undo whatever I do here, so that actually is not filling me with confidence that this is doable. Even if it's equatorial and... You know what? Even if it's equatorial, but elliptical, that'd be better. Create a maneuver plan. How much would it be to just flatten you out, my friend? Like that. And by the way, I might be going to a complete 180. We'll just... Oh, I'm out of fuel at this point. I'm not convinced Bomb can do this. Let's see, one more try. Because the further you push this out, the cheaper a plane change is. That's not where I want that maneuver. Right here. Create a maneuver plan. There we go. So I'm bringing it down into Ike's plane, because Ike is in an equatorial orbit. Even if he's in a highly elliptical orbit, that is still better. So, shoot, there's no way of knowing how much fuel he has. Like, what is this second maneuver? Do I have any way of knowing that? Oh, here, I can select maneuvers from here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So this second maneuver is 132, and the first maneuver is about 320. So that's 400... Oh my god. 440. I'm worried about leaving myself in an orbit that looks like this because of Ike. Because of Ike. Because if I leave myself in an elliptical orbit like this, I am almost guaranteeing myself that Ike is going to botch me. But I don't think I have enough fuel to put a third node down here, and bring my apoapsis, sorry, down. No, see that now I'm running out of fuel. Damn. Let's go to this one. Make it more. Oh, whoa, how come? Gotta go to this one, delete it. Would it be better if this were more? I'm having my doubts whether Bob... I can get it to equatorial, but it'll end up being elliptical. And what worries me is if the apoapsis is as high as what we were seeing there, I'm guaranteeing an Ike smack. Why am I being ejected with this stunt? Oh, I'm hitting Ike again here. That's why. That's better. You know what I could do? Oh no, I got an idea. I'm not sure if this is coming up into the. Would it be easier to rendezvous around Ike? No, but then I got to get the Ike capture. Here's my idea. If I put myself into an orbit outside of Ike. Oh, that's not stupid. No, I think I can do this. I know what I'm doing. Those are some famous last words right there. But if I bring this down so it's well past Ike, okay, like that, and then I do another maneuver out here to bring it down to equatorial. Now I really do need to pay attention to which way around we're going. We're coming this way, so I'm coming, because I really find it hard with these trajectories. I'm coming up over the top. I need to make sure I'm around in a well, it doesn't really, yeah, it will be easier to be prograde, which is this way around. So if I'm coming over the top this way, when I use this burn, I need to go this way, yes. But here's my idea, is I do this, and I let that PE pull up. And I want that PE well outside of Ike's. Oh, no. No fuel. Why are you doing that to me? I thought I was being super duper clever. Get rid of this guy again. Back to you. But if I have the orbit all... I'm worried about Ike just messing me up. Like while Bob's sitting in this orbit and waiting, do you think I can get? Do I think I have the fuel to get a capture around Ike? I mean, that's a possibility too. Maybe that is easier. But there, and I'm coming up this way, so I need to pull for this to be prograde. This has to come. Oh my God! Prograde's this way around, counterclockwise. So this is coming this way. I'm running out of my my ability to that way. Go away, Ike. That's what I'm looking for. See that? So an equatorial orbit, or a very close approximation of one. See that? With our PE out past Ike, and then I can sit in here, and that is a much easier thing to rendezvous with. That's what I'm thinking of doing. What do you think? I think I'm going to go for that. I might make things worse, I might make things better, but I think that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to delete this maneuver for now. And we're going to perform this guy in 28 minutes. So F5. In case I completely botch this. We'll get rid of this. Does this has no solar in it either. Oh, and it's completely out of electricity. So I have no ability to affect my... No. Of course, this has the same problem, doesn't it? Oh, okay, Bob's gonna have to stay here. All that work to say Bob's gonna have to stay here because we have no electricity. Oh, no. Okay, sorry. I'm apologizing again. Delete. All that work and Bob has no electricity. Of course not, because he has the same idiot problem that... Control. Oh, I was trying to figure out whether that was retrograde or prograde, but it's irrelevant now. It was, oh my gosh. So, let's see here. So we're gonna have to figure out a way in the settings, just for giggles. Isn't there something about the number of patches? I think you can adjust that. I'd like to see some more patches, please. Wouldn't be here. I could be completely wrong. Gameplay, maybe. Patches on display. More patches, please. More patches, please. Okay. Yes. More patches. So, what I need to do is do a maneuver closer to here and see if we cannot use Ike gonna bring in this tool again. This tool here. Little bit of radial. That was the wrong way. That was too far that way. Shoot. Okay, where's the maneuver? I think I'm pushing it the wrong way. That is a miss. Oh, this is really awkward, though. It'd be easier if I focus this on Ike. I'm trying to come over the top here to try and sort of get my inclination affected by Ike as much as possible. Oh, but that's resulting in... No. No, that's a bad idea. Bad plan, bad plan. No, I think what I'm going to do... No idea how close I'm coming. I think I'm going to leave it. Let's leave it until we're in Duna's SOI. So we're going to warp. Come here, come here, come here. Warp to here. Time warp to there. Why not use Ike for extra science? Okay, what happened? Okay, so let's F9. Hopefully I quick saved relatively recently. It decided it was going to time warp right past my warp to here. Okay, where are we? This is Bob. We abandoned this idea, didn't we, Bob? Okay, so we're going back out to here. I don't care about science. I really don't. This is just about... I mean, we'll pick up what science we can, but if we happen to go by Ike to get some science, we will. Control, not destroy. Okay, let's F5 that again. So for whatever reason, when I said time warp to here, it kind of went right past that, didn't it? So let's see what happens this time. Yeah, it did it again. Hey, isn't that fun? Okay. F9. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. Now again, I'm supposed to have alarm clock installed, but I don't, and I don't know why. I'm just gonna go manual like. And just kind of do it this way. When in doubt, go manual. Yeah, it was all about getting Bob into a better orbit, and I think that really would have worked for me. And I think I ended up figuring out a way to get that to work, and then the dumb thing says, oh yeah, by the way, Bob has no electricity because you never put solar panels on that thing because you want idiot. Okay, here we go. So we'll encounter Duna, and then we'll take a look at that whole thing that's going on there. Okay, now we're in Duna's SOI. Okay, so we're going to do a maneuver sooner rather than later. If it's going to let me do it. There we go. Create a maneuver. Okay, and we're going to focus our view on Duna and Ike here. So, oh my god. Focus. Alright, so I can see... Oh, wait. Oh no, here's our Ike encounter, and this is our Duna encounter. And what I'm really looking at is that Duna PE. And I'm also looking at my inclination. I want to keep it inside Ike. I want that... Get lost. I want my trajectory after leaving Ike to be still in Ike's SOI. So what I want to do, and it's really hard to see. I wish the game would not show every single orbit in the game. That's something, you know, some notes there for you. So it's hard to really pick out what on earth is going on with all of this. Oh, that's my trajectory leaving. Okay. So I want this trajectory to be further northward. So where is my maneuver I did? There it is. Is this making it better or worse? That's making it worse. I just want to stay in Ike's plane because I want to, I want to continue to use Ike. That's going worse. I can't see what I'm sorry, I just flat out can't see what I'm doing. Nope. I'm just going to leave it well enough alone. Do I want to do a little bit of an atmospheric dip? Why not? Why not do a bit of an atmospheric dip? Shouldn't have deleted that maneuver. Okay, which way brings our Duna PE in closer? Oh, it doesn't want to show us. Aren't you a sweetie? Probably the other way then. I want to see if I can do some aero braking. I mean, it went so well last week. Let's do that. So lock that onto the maneuver node. Get rid of the maneuver. That works. There. See, all I gotta do is see, is look. Let's dip about 50 is Duna's atmosphere. So let's try. Let's try that. 43. I'm gonna quick save. So what we're doing, yeah, we're gonna whip by Ike. Okay, let's do it. Solar panels still look good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Oh, what a mess. So just before we encounter Ike, let's try time warping to there. I did just quick save, right? Time warp to this point. Okay. Let's see what happens. So we're going to come around to Ike. We should have oh, my batteries are still doing that fun thing. That's always great. Well, the view is pretty. I don't see science to do. Yeah, I don't have any science on here. I can't do a crew report because I don't have a Kerbal, so there's no science aboard. So we're going to come by Ike here and just take in the view. So there is that. Okay, and now we're heading into Duna. And I did do a quick save. And I want to see what happened. Actually, I'm really kind of curious now, just from a purely... Here, what's our altitude? Yeah, there. Okay. Duna's atmosphere starts at 50 kilometers. Last week, I did try and do some aero braking around Duna, and it went extraordinarily badly. Now, this time I will be coming in engine first. The other time I went in with, like, there was the rover that was just biting it. But what I'm kind of very, very curious is what's going to happen. Here, let's stop this. Put this onto the retrograde. What and retract everything, of course. Is those solar panels don't retract. I was really curious what was going to happen to these batteries, but these solar panels don't retract. Because I put on those cheap ones because I'm cheap. Oh, and I can't retract the antenna again. Won't let me retract the antenna. Okay, so a bug is saying I can't retract. Well, I can't retract the solar panels. That's my fault. That I can't retract that, that's the game's fault. But I love the fact that these batteries are kind of hanging out here. Now I'm just kind of curious what's going to happen. So I'm just going to... This is an experiment. This is going to be an experiment to see if these batteries are going to get hot or not. Are they considered to be just kind of out here in the wind? Or are they sheltered a bit by the craft? I honestly don't know. But we're going to find out. And who knows, given how messed up all the thermals and stuff are, maybe these solar panels will be fine. I can always hope. So we're doing a little bit of an atmospheric dip. That should be bringing down my apoapsis, and it is not. It's not affecting my periapsis. It's not affecting anything. Aren't you sweet to me, game? So according to this, I have absolutely zero air resistance happening here. I'm not... Nothing's happening. Like, nothing's happening. Oh, what a game. But things are getting hot. Like, okay, so I have zero air resistance to help me slow down. It's not affecting any of my orbital parameters, but there's heat enough to blow things up. What a game. What a game. What a game. Alright, where are we at? It's about 2 o'clock. I think what I'm gonna do is simply burn out radially out. I'm just looking at the time, yeah. And I do think, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna focus back here on Duna if I can, if it'll let me. But the orbital, trying to do anything fancy here is obviously an exercise in frustration. But what I'm going to do now is just affect my periapsis, get it out like that. And let's just go down, get our capture, and then I'll try and see if I can figure this out. But here. That's what we're going to do. Because that obviously, that as fun an experiment as that was, that clearly didn't work. So we're going to fall here towards Ike. Same again. Pass by Ike. You can see Ike coming up. There's our Ike encounter. Again, nice view. Okay, and somewhere along the line here we'll be leaving Ike's SOI. We just did. And now, with our periapsis up higher and out of the atmosphere, I'm just going to create a maneuver plan. If it'll let me. Oh boy. Come on. There we go. No, you want to. And all I'm going for, because obviously, again, aero braking is not an option. Doesn't even bring that. Is I'm going to go for an elliptical orbit because I do want to kind of see if I can take advantage of Ike to kind of change my inclination. So I'll leave it about like that. So a 354 meter per second burn. Still got 3,439. Maybe I just don't even need to worry about Ike. Maybe that's the better plan. Maybe that's the better plan. Leave that way out. That's good enough. Okay, F5. Get in there. Maybe just stop messing with Ike entirely. Oh, I should put up the throttle limiter. Oh. It thinks it's a 3-minute and 20-second burn. Here, let's see. We got to redo it real quick. Because I had the throttle limiter in the wrong spot. So I turned down the throttle limiter for all my laughing about. Okay, I'm just going to do that. That's it. KSP2 is great for raising your blood pressure. To be honest, with what's been kind of going on with this fiddling about, my expectations have calmed down a little bit. Like I said, I think as you progress through the game, you're just going to encounter more and more of these things. And if you're willing to kind of, you know, get through them, that's fine. I'm not really, but I will try and get Bob home. I'm just going to do this burn. Off. we'll put ourselves into a great big elliptical orbit, and we'll try and see what we can do. So this is at least a capture. Once the capture is done, then at least you got options. Am I? Oh, no, that's right. Some reason I all of a sudden just panicked a little bit. Okay. So what we got here is we are in this great big elliptical orbit. We've got to get ourselves matching up with Bob, who's here. So this is our target down there. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Maybe I'll use Ike, maybe I won't. I do have over 3,000 meters per second left, so it might be easiest just to kind of force the situation. You know, just don't worry about gravity assisting, especially with the way the maneuver nodes work. And you know, try and get Bob home. But you know, I'm looking at the time and I'm thinking that's probably gonna have to be something for next week. So next week we'll pick this up right where we left off, and we'll try and see if we can get this rendezvous with Bob. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's watching this at a later date. And, of course, a very, very special thank you to all of my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Have yourself a fantastic week, everybody, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.